What's up, everybody? We will go ahead and get started here in just about 2 minutes, everybody. So we'll go ahead and get started with everyone here in just a minute. All right. Go ahead and get everybody admitted here. Okay. Perfect. All right. Just a moment. Let me keep letting everybody in. And then Shelby, I'm going to make you a host too. So when I start, you can obviously let people in as well. Let's see here. Keep letting everybody in. I'll start in about 1 more minute. All right. Okay, let's see here. All right. Perfect. Okay, get everybody dialed in. Keep letting everybody in. 1 more minute. Okay. Let everybody else in. Boom. Okay. All right. Perfect. Okay, cool. Perfect, guys. So if you guys have any questions, you guys can always drop them in the chat. So wanted to go over quite a few really cool updates. So we can actually tell everybody now. We also sent an email out to everybody. We're going to be sending you guys kind of updates out every Tuesday morning and every Friday. So make sure to guys check your spam folders. I know sometimes that our Soar Energy emails, why Google is going ahead and indexing our site, can go to the spam folders. So we did send an update out to everybody, but in super exciting news, the EXP board went to their annual shareholders meeting beginning of last week. They did a vote and it was unanimous. We found out on Thursday that we were up against a couple other solar companies. We thought we had gotten it and we were right. It was a unanimous vote. So we are now, Soar Energy is now the exclusive solar partner of all of EXP. We're going to be doing a lot of really cool stuff with them. You guys are going to start to see that hit the wires all over the place. We had Wall Street Journal pick us up, Bloomberg pick us up, Fox News pick us up. So we were also picked up by 5WPR as well. So you guys are going to really start seeing Soar really hit all over the place here. EXP is super excited. They're so excited in the fact they actually, once they've done a certain number of deals with us, they actually want to be on our board, which they only have outside of EXP themselves. They only are on one other board. So super excited about that partnership there as well. We also formed a partnership with the Jason Mitchell Group. That all got signed as well. So with that being said, we're obviously, now really starting to gain a lot of traction and a lot of momentum there for you guys. Also too, I wanted to kind of share this for you guys with something we've been working on, our proprietary AI technology. I mentioned it last week. So what we're actually going to be doing, so for all of you guys that are on this call, what we're actually going to be doing, and this is for the month of June, there will be a feature and a charge for this, but what we're actually able to do, we have designed the very first of its kind I've told you about is our SolarScan software. What the SolarScan software does is super rad. You guys can kind of see it in here, but I'll just kind of show you guys really quickly so you guys can basically just see an example of it. What we're able to basically do is we can come in here and what actually will happen is you guys will email over a CSV file. You can email me directly the CSV file to be able to do this. Whoops, excuse me. You'll email me over the CSV file. Your CSV file would just have the first name, last name, address of your client, and the address must include city, state, and zip. What we will do, this does not go into any of our CRMs. This is a separate third-party website. That is our SolarScan.io website, which internally we'll be able to go ahead and do is we'll be scrubbing all of your clients for you guys and spit an output like this. What it will go ahead and do is it'll give us the address. It'll actually do a satellite image using our machine learning and AI technology, go right out and grab the address through Google Earth. Then it does a scan of the entire roof to determine if it has solar on that property already. And then it will actually tell us if there's solar installed on that property or not installed on that property, as well as tell us exactly who the utility company is. This is really important so that we're really hyper focusing, because the last thing you guys want to do with any of your past clients is a past client strategy, which will go into a current client strategy here in a minute. Past client strategy. Now what we'll be able to do is once we've segmented that list, we will send that list directly back to you guys in a format like this, which will have your client's name, number, the address, whether they have solar, and who the utility company is. And then from that point, we can then start targeting that. So what we're actually going to be rolling out, which I am super, super excited for this will come at a cost normally, but for the month of June, we are doing this for you guys for free. And what this is we have taken are over at Better Earth, all of their appointment setters. These appointment setters are the very people that have basically every time that somebody goes in and wants solar, they reach out to that particular lead. They go over the basic benefits of solar and then schedules an appointment either in home or a virtual with our closer. So what they will actually be doing now, anybody that we scrub your list for you, we will be offering a service that we will have the very ISAs, and these are US based, lots of experience in solar, will actually work your database for you guys. So what they'll do, we have Justin Brown, Matt and Lisa Oliver, Peter, Shelby, myself, Neil Anders, all the biggest names in the industry. And what they're going to be doing is calling as a member of your team. So we have crafted scripts for them, both a realtor script and a loan officer script. They will be reaching out to the client, and we'll say something along the lines of this. Hey, I'm Brian Decker. I'm a part of John Cable's team. We like to do an annual review of your file. I just wanted to personally reach out to you, check in how everything's going on your property. One thing that John did want me to bring up was, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but your house is in a high cost utility area of PG&E, and PG&E was one of the 20 utility companies that got passed as part of the $400 billion solar stimulus bill that just got passed, where you actually have taxpayer money sitting there that you can use to actually go green on your house. As you know, PG&E has continued to raise their rates. Electricity rates have doubled in the last 3 years alone with PG&E, and you actually qualified. Only about 5% of homes in California qualified. You qualified for both programs based on the look of it. Either if you're purchasing the system and getting a big 30% federal tax credit, paying nothing out of pocket, or two, switching to a solar utility company. You don't have to buy panels at all. We come out, put free panels on your house, and you just buy power at a much reduced rate with a much lower rate hike, only around 1% per year versus PG&E at 11%. John just wanted me to reach out to you because the news isn't covering this. Just wanted to see if you wanted some more information about it. It's completely complimentary for you as well. And normally, rather than John taking a referral on it, what we'll actually go ahead and do is if you do end up going forward with solar, we'll pay the first 2 months of your solar bill for you. And that's something we're going to go ahead and do. They'll call them on that. People have been extremely ecstatic about it because it is not a sales call. It's just a check-in call. Then what will happen is if they're like, oh, and it's been happening. Oh, yeah, actually, I was wondering about listing my house. Okay, perfect. Then they'll send you a note saying, hey, you need to call X, Y, and Z person. They want to list their house. Or, hey, you want to call X, Y, and Z person. They want to have a home equity line of credit that they're interested in. And we're going to be able to, and what they'll do is they'll set up that appointment with the virtual closer or an in-home. We're actually doing in-home now. So in SoCal, NorCal, and in Phoenix area, we will be doing in-home actual visits for people that want something in their house. All of this will get pushed over to our CRM. You're tagged in it. You'll be able to see all the notes. So now you don't have to call your past clients. So now we'll work that past client list for you. This will be something where it will definitely affect your commission in the future, but we are rolling it out for all of you guys for the month of June, where they will not charge anything. So any of you guys want to take advantage of it, trust me, it is huge to be able to do that. Just to kind of give you what we've kind of seen as results for it. So here's kind of a really good idea. So one that we kind of did on this pipeline. So one that we sent over for an example is about 500 leads that were scrubbed. Of that 500 leads, about 150 of them raised their hand that said, yeah, I was actually interested. So about 25 to 30% said they were. Then of that, about 98 of them ended up setting up an inspection or an appointment with the actual either closers or somebody in their house. About 78 of those 500 we sent proposals to. 55 of them had contracts signed, and it was 36 solar inspection deals off of a list of 500, which was about on just a nominal $3,000. The obviously could be higher depending on the system size. We actually went ahead and saw about $108,000 in commission off of a list of just 500 for you. So, and obviously these numbers will really continue based on scrubbing those lists now that we can do. And so, like I said, it'll scrub that list. So anybody that is interested in doing this, the slots are limited. All you need to do is email me a copy of your CSV file. You can email me, Brian at Solar Energy. We will scrub it through the system. It takes about 48 hours for it to run, does one record at a time. We'll send you that list. We'll also remove any of the duplicates on that list for you, clean it up. So now you have a really solid list. And then what we'll go ahead and do is we'll offer, if you guys want to, which I strongly recommend you guys do this, have the solar appointment setters that'll call as a member of your team, not from Solar Energy, do as a check-in call, a service call, and then go ahead and book them with a virtual or an in-home closer to go ahead and close that deal. Then, which is what I'm really excited about, then what we're going to do as well, for anybody that we don't get a hold of on that, what we will roll out is anybody that takes advantage of this, we actually are going to be doing a direct mail campaign. It's a 3-step campaign. This will be rolling out in July for anybody that takes advantage of this, and it'll be a 3-pronged campaign. So what will happen is a letter, handwritten letter on the front label will be sent to the client. It'll be a letter that basically you can see a copy of it in a nutshell. It basically says, hey, it's John Cable. Just want to check in with you. I helped you with your home purchase. I've been getting actually a lot of requests from my clients about putting solar with crazy high energy costs here in California. I just wanted to personally write you. I had my team do a quick energy audit on your house. You're about 5% of the homeowners that qualify for the new $400 million solar bill. I did all the research for you, and I've actually partnered up and found the best solar company out there. It's actually owned by Tarek and Heather Al-Musa from HGTV and Selling Sunset. Just wanted to pass on that information for you. If you have any questions about it, you can call this number or you can scan this QR code. All of that will then get tracked on unique caller and unique tracking code. They'll call in, appointment setter will set the appointment, and all that gets tracked on the lead. That's the first mailing. And the second mailing is a handwritten letter that we use robots for, and it'll come from Tarek. It says, hey, I know John Cable, sent you a letter last week. I just wanted to write you and let you know personally, that this is 100% valid. I'm super excited to partner with them. Energy rates are only going up. This is zero money out of pocket. Your taxpayer dollars are paying for it. You might as well use it. We send that as a second for anybody that doesn't respond. And then thirdly, we send a postcard. The postcard has actually a picture of their residence. And then on the back of it, it's co-branded with you and Tarek that says, hey, we've partnered together to be able to do this, blah, 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 with the same number, and hammer them on that as well with the opportunity to be able to do that. So it's a full done for you marketing suite campaign for you guys on that. The direct mail piece, we're getting the exact quotes, but it's only about $45 per house to be able to do that. And so what we'll do is we'll mail that out, and we'll basically kind of let you know if you mail it out to 500 people, it's whatever, $2,500 for all 3 places. And then basically go ahead, and what we can just do is just pull that from your guys' commissions for that done suite. But the first step is doing that CSV file on that solar scrubber to be able to do that for you guys. And then from there, work with our appointment setter team to call that database for you. So I'm super fired up about that for you guys as well. Then the second thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, and this is for everybody that has a client in escrow. So you think about it, we've mentioned it before with you guys. When you're in escrow and a client opens up in escrow, what does a client get? In their opening email from the real estate agent or the loan officer, they say, hey, congratulations on opening up escrow. Here's your title company. Here's your escrow company. We're going to be ordering you a home inspection with ABC Home Inspection. We'll have an appraisal done to determine the value of the property. And what we wanted to actually offer you, because your home is located in a high cost utility area like all of California or all of the Phoenix area, so they don't feel like it's scaring them, just letting them know, is a complimentary solar inspection. This will determine the viability that this house has to potentially get solar put on it, what the estimated electricity costs are on this home, like pre-going solar, what federal tax incentives you qualify for, in a full comprehensive web-based report, completely free. It's something I'll take care of for you. My clients love it. Let me know if you would like to do that. So this way, from your guys' perspective, you're not selling anything at all. Client says yes. You guys fill out the same version of a SOAR form, but it'll be a solar inspection form. You fill that out, and we deliver to that client basically a web-based form and a PDF form. It's a 3-page report. I'll show you guys a copy of it next week. But what it basically has, a picture of their house, shows their roof with how, with LiDAR technology showing all the sunlight, shows them how many hours of sunlight it gets. I'll show you kind of just like a version of this really quick so you guys can just kind of get a really quick idea of what, this is just a demo version of it. But I'll show you this here. So what it basically would do would pinpoint in their house like this, as you can see here with the LiDAR, tells them how many hours of sunlight they get per year, what the square footage of their roof is. Then we input this based on the size of the home, which we actually are pulling in from Zillow and calculating the usage per square foot. We'll be able to estimate what their approximate electricity bill will be on that. And it'll tell them about how much the solar system size they need is, how much stuff that they'll be saving in terms of for the environment on energy. It'll let them know what their annual savings are with if they did a PPA, annual savings if they did on a loan, how much they'll save if they buy it over a 20-year savings. All of that information as well, directly on that for them. And then what'll happen is we'll send that out to them, not as a sales thing. And then on that form, it'll say, hey, if you're interested in potentially moving forward, let us know. And after you close escrow, we'll reach out and set you up with an in-home inspection or a virtual closing to be able to do it. So this is every single person that you guys have in escrow that is in any of the areas we've talked about. So really anywhere in California, anywhere in Phoenix, anywhere in Tucson, anywhere in North Florida or Central Florida, or anywhere in Dallas, Texas, every single home that does not have solar on it. This is an unbelievable way for you to offer a service to your client that nobody else has done in the industry. We're building this AI technology for you guys on that you guys can very easily send this to your clients as a solar inspection. You don't have to feel like you're selling anything. And then we send them this report, which is what everybody wants to do. And then what we're even going to go one step further is once we've sent that report out, we'll send an email out to both you and the client and say, hey, when your home inspection report comes in, upload it here. We'll take that home inspection. We'll look at that home inspection, see how the roof is and see how the electrical panel is, send them back a revised report that says, hey, here's the solar report. Your roof's in good condition and your electrical panel is good to upgrade. Or, hey, as you saw in the home inspection, there's some roof work that needs to be done. If you can't get that done during the escrow, let us know, because you can actually roll in a new roof into the solar financing. Let us know when you want to have a virtual conversation or an in-home after closing. All done after closing. This is not done as a sales thing. It is done as an inspection report. And the feedback is insane. EXP wants it done on every single one of their escrows in it. It's a huge value add you can add to your clients. And then also too, in that solar inspection offer, we'll basically also in there and say, hey, by the way, as a closing gift from John Cable, the realtor, or Chris Gordon, the loan officer, they're actually willing to actually pay first 2 months of your solar bill for you, which we'll pay for them on that as an extra closing gift for them. So fucking, excuse my French, unbelievable. Nobody's doing this in the industry. Nobody's ever even thought to do it. And it's going to be an absolutely unbelievable service. So just to recap that, every single person on this call, you should take your CSV file, first name, last name, and address, send it to my email. We'll solar scrub it for you, give that list right back to you. It does not go into our CRM in any way, shape, or form. You then can target them, or two, we'll have our ISA team call them as a member of your guys' team. We'll send you that script and send it out, and then call them for them, offer these items for you. And then for anybody and then go to direct mail for anybody we didn't get a hold of next month in July. And then for everybody in escrow, offering this solar inspection. I will be sending out an email on Friday with the actual verbiage to put in your email, as well as offering, if any of you guys want to send in your escrow templated email, the email you send your clients when you open up escrow, either as a loan officer or realtor, I will take that I will work with our copy guy that we have. If any of you guys have ever worked with me on the mortgage side, you guys know that my email updates is what made me famous in the mortgage industry. And because of that, I will go ahead and have your escrow opening template completely rewritten for you guys, include the verbiage on the solar inspection piece in there for you. And then all you can use is use that new template when you send it out to any of your clients when they open up escrow. I'll clean it up. I'll make sure your copy's good. I'll keep it formatted. I won't take out anything that's in there and really give you guys that. And I'm sorry, but if you guys don't use these things, like, you're just leaving tons of money on the table, because your clients, when they buy a house, are going to get door knocked and take that commission right out of your pocket, right out of your pocket. It's guaranteed. And we're going into the summer months right now where everybody's bills are skyrocketing. Sacramento just announced 40% rate hike going into summer, 40% higher than last year. PG&E 18%, Southern California Edison 14%, in Florida 20%. These bills are going to be massive, and it's an absolute no-brainer. Everybody on this call refers to a real estate, or refers to an insurance agent. You refer to a home inspector, and they sure as hell don't pay you $3,000 to doing it for you. We are literally doing all of this for you guys. And so please take advantage of it. And like I said, don't waste your time on these calls if you're not going to do with what we say, because I'm literally telling you, it freaking works. And it works really well. And if you guys know me and Tarek and Shelby, we don't put our brand on the line for something that we haven't tested ourselves. So we're super fired up about that. But then the last thing I wanted to go over, I'll bring in Shelby real quick here so he can do that. And then we can open up some questions for you guys on that as well. So let me go in here and grab Shelby. Oh, did Shelby get kicked off? He may have. Let me see here. No, here it is. Perfect. Here we go. Boom. There you go, brother.
All right. Well, like Brian said, those are two huge avenues. And to kind of recap on us calling those past clients, we don't have to do that for you. So if you want, what the list scrubber is going to do is it's going to literally just format the entire list and say, this guy has solar, this person doesn't have solar. Then it's going to show you exactly what utility company that they're in. Again, the only thing, and you can call them yourself, at that point, it's going to show you. Here are all of your most qualified past clients. So some people that are on the platform, they have massive lists, 30,000, 50,000 past clients. So for those of you that maybe have a couple hundred, it would be better if you just gave them a call. And again, you're not selling them solar. All you're doing is just touching base with them. You're explaining that there are some rate hikes coming, and you're looking out for their best interest. Now, deals in escrow, that is your lowest hanging fruit. You're already ordering them a home inspection. You're already ordering them a pest inspection. This is new age. Everyone should be getting a solar inspection. If you're a real estate agent and there's solar already on their roof, they should probably be getting that inspected. Do they understand how to read the contract? So, it's very valuable for you to just understand a little bit about solar so you can have those conversations with them, but also offer them the inspection. Everybody is highly focused on saving money right now and making smarter financial decisions. And when you have a mortgage rate that you're signing up for at 7%, believe me, they want a way to save money. So you're just simply offering it up and saying, okay, I got your home inspection scheduled. I have your pest inspection scheduled. And I have another inspection. It's a solar inspection. This can help you save money. Would you like me to schedule this? It's absolutely free. When's the best time for a solar advisor to give you a call and go over this inspection report? And, at that point, we're going to be able to go over the presentation for them and show them. And again, we're not even selling on that call. We're doing just an inspection, and we're not even going to sign them up for solar while they're in escrow. This is going to be after they close escrow. That's when we're going to start the solar process. So we're going to do the inspection just like a home inspector would. And he's going to say, hey, you can do X, pest inspection. Here's all section 1 work. You can do it on your own. Or if you'd like, we can help you with that. So that's all it is. This is very low hanging fruit, guys. And if you need anything, feel free to reach out. Any good ideas? We're all trying to figure this out together. And so if you have any great ideas or anything that's working, we'd love to hear from you guys, new things that we can implement. And like Brian said, This is going out in your opening escrow email. And if you'd like some help scripting that, we can do that for you. And we're here to help.
And also guys too, check in the chat. In the chat, I just dropped in a copy of a screenshot of what the solar scrubber looks like, or solar scanner looks like. Then I also included news articles just from this last week of all the major utility companies. You guys can check on that image on there as well. Then I also included a step-by-step. If you guys want to have a scrub your CSV file and you want us to call it or don't want us to call it, what those steps are, 3 steps. And then lastly, I included a copy of the script. And we could customize these scripts for you guys. If you wanted to put something else in there for us, we're totally willing to do that for you guys. So you guys can see exactly everything that is being done on this. So like I said, you know, there is no way that you guys can fail. If you follow this, it's money that's just sitting there. I mean, it's at least $100,000 for every 500 clients you have, just literally sitting there. And every day that goes by, those clients are getting door knocked. You know, it doesn't matter where they are. Even like I know a lot of people in California are like, oh, NEM 3.0 messed everything up. Oh, blah, blah, blah. No, it didn't. Literally the difference in savings is like 10%. So they may have been saving 40% if they had Edison, SDG&E or PG&E. Well, guess what? Now they're saving 30%. Who doesn't want to save 30% and not pay anything out of their pocket? And then next year, if it's 40%, year after it's 50%. These utility hikes aren't going anywhere. I mean, just in California alone, it's between those 3 utility companies, a $30 billion grid upgrade over the next decade. Who do you think's paying for that? Not the state of California. It's investor owned. That's getting passed on. Those rates are going to just continue to go up and up and up. Even APS in Arizona, which was notoriously, you know, oh, they don't do any rate hikes. They just raised their rates 14% this month, you know, and they ain't going backwards. You know, they got to generate an extra $460 million in revenue over the next 5 years, just so they're not losing money, because everything is going up and it's getting more and more expensive. And they're going to continue to raise rates because the federal government wants to go green to reduce our carbon footprint. We're only at about 4% of the country is solar. In Europe, 10 years ago was the same amount. Now Europe's 40%. It's going to happen for you guys there. So what I'll do is I'll open it up for any questions you guys have, any comments you guys have. We'll take the next couple of minutes. We want to keep these short for you guys. These will always be at 11 a.m. on Tuesday. And if you guys ever miss it, you guys can go to our YouTube channel, which is just Soar Energy Co. You can just go to YouTube and just type in Soar Energy Co. and you'll see it. And I always post them up there that very next Wednesday. And then I always send out a summary email on Wednesday as well for everything that we went over here, just in case you missed it. But feel free to raise your hand or just unmute yourself and ask any questions you guys could have. Oh, Chris, I love it. You're exactly right, dude. And guys, Chris is killing it. You know, and for any of you guys too that originally had projects, and I don't want to say this light, anybody that had projects that initially went in and they went in under Freedom, everybody that dealt with Freedom, please note that Freedom they suck. They just truthfully do. They're losing massive business. Better Earth is a completely different experience, and they've been unbelievable. Now, it's a project that has construction, but there's a big difference. If any type of construction project, if you're doing hundreds and hundreds of installs, there's going to come something up. They break tiles. They'll do something. Look, it's just a normal construction project, but the way that they handle it is incredible, and the difference there. So if you had something that went in and went into Freedom, you know, do not let that be what normally solar is. Obviously that was until we got into Better Earth, which is what we always wanted. Now the other part too, I want to tell all of you guys is we're going to roll out something super special in June. So for anybody on this call that does not have solar, we talked to Better Earth. Now you will not get commission on your deal if you do this, but anybody that does not have solar on their house, or if they have solar on their house and they want to use it for their grandma or their, you know, or their mom or dad or something like that, like an immediate family relative, because you already have solar, we are rolling out in special employee pricing, but we are not making any profit on these deals. What we are literally going to do, you won't get any commission on it at all, but what we're going to do is roll that out. And basically, it's basically about 30% off. What we're basically doing is the compensation you would normally get paid, we've completely reduced it out, as well as anybody, if you've gotten in before NEM 2.0, trust me, you're not missing anything out because you got NEM 2.0 in California, but we're going to roll this out for the month of June. We'll be sending out an email that you guys can basically get solar. It's going to be the cheapest you'll ever be able to get solar on your house. We will not be paying you guys any commission on it because there's no commission that's being made on the deal, but you guys will have that ability to do so. Or if you guys want to make the commission, we can still price it the normal way and that commission goes to you. But it'll be a great way for you guys to go through the experience of getting solar on your house. And then from that point, give you unbelievable pricing. We'll be sending that out in the Friday update for you guys on that as well. So let's take some of these questions, get some of those questions for you guys. So let's see here. All right, let's see. They are every Tuesday? Great question. So we move these to every single Tuesday with so many new people onboarding in the platform. We got over 900 people being onboarded right now. So we're doing these every Tuesday and we'll try to keep them to 30 minutes. Let's see, Dolores. Yes, you trust me. I know. I have one of my deals at Freedom and it's 9 months over there and I own the company. So luckily nothing else went to Freedom in the last 3 months. Let's see. I tried solar estimate on my home in Reno, Nevada. It came back with, you know, what's available. Yeah. So in Reno, Nevada, because it's all based on the utility companies is where we go at. So to give you a case in point, in Reno, Nevada, where your pricing lies on a cost per utility versus the areas we're in, it's much lower. So we've always gone into the high cost areas. Nevada will be something I know we'll probably be rolling out early next year, but it will really be anything with NV energy. That's NV energy. We go into areas based on the utility. So it's the same reason in certain areas of Florida, we don't go into super South Florida because in that whole Miami, Fort Lauderdale area, the price for utilities are so much cheaper because they usually use a lot of nuclear power. So it doesn't make sense there. That's why it's so important to understand when it's in solar. Solar is very utility specific. So pretty much all of California, then you have the whole Phoenix area, the whole Tucson area, the whole Dallas area, and then all of Central and Northern Florida. We are rolling into Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Hampshire, and Maine. That'll all be rolled out in third quarter because there was a massive rate hike out there in those areas. So that'll be the next areas we are moving into. But if you have a one-off deal, you can always let me know because we do have other partners that can go in and do something like that for you. If it is in a high cost area, you always just want to get that utility bill and to make sure you're paying over 20 cents. If you're paying under 20 cents for your utility, you're not going to save a tremendous amount on solar. It doesn't mean there's not a benefit to it, but that's why we haven't gone into that area. Let's see. And yep, exactly. And so there we go. Let's see. Will the special work for battery installs too? Yes, 100%. So, but it's battery and system. It's not just battery alone because we won't install a battery in a system we didn't install. It's like taking a Mercedes Benz and dropping it off, at a Ferrari dealer and saying, fix my car. They're gonna be like, well, you didn't buy it here and this isn't our car. We can't do that. So because if we work on it, we void that warranty. So that's why we won't do battery upgrades to systems we did not install. But yes, systems with batteries will count. And with batteries themselves, there's very little. I think it's $500 in profits on a battery anyways. So battery costs, there's no real money makers in batteries. But yes, you will see a little bit of a savings there as well. Let's see. I see Havasu, solar signs popping everywhere in Havasu. Yep. So here's the thing about Havasu. If we have enough volume there, we will open up a warehouse. Zane and Sean are already willing to do it. The thing with Havasu is Havasu's utility rates are only about 14 cents. They're pretty similar to SRP rates. So whereas APS now is 21 cents. So in Havasu, you're usually just doing a bill swap. So it's not that we won't do that area. If we have a good amount of volume, if we're going to be able to do 10 deals a month there, they will 100% get a crew out there for us. So that'll be an amazing part about that. And then to answer your question about the recording, it'll get uploaded to our YouTube channel. So I'll put that in the link for you guys right now. And then if you guys have any other questions, go ahead and you can drop them in here. And I'm going to put this link for you guys. All right. The YouTube channel is really easy. It's just youtube.com/Soar Energy, but I put that in there for you guys. Whoops. Let me put this to everybody. There we go. So you guys can see that. So that's in there. So boom. Let me see. Any other questions or any other comments or anything else like that as well? With the EXP stuff, that's going to be, you'll start seeing that all over the news, probably beginning of July. It's usually about a couple of weeks out. Better Earth and Soar's merger partnership. That'll be hitting the Wall Street Journal, I think on the 15th. So you're going to be seeing that. I know Tarek, who was on here just a minute ago, but I believe he just jumped off. He also too is hitting, he's going to be on Fox News. I think tomorrow he'll be on Fox News. And then I think 2 or 3 days later, it's be on CNBC. So guys, you guys are going to start seeing us absolutely everywhere on that. And then the last thing I wanted to tell you guys as well, if you guys have clients when you're talking to them and it's a client that wants somebody to come in their home, you know, and it's in Phoenix area, NorCal or SoCal, we have a whole team that will go in home and do those presentations. So please note that if that is the case, when you submit your lead form, just put on there, hey, Brian, this client would really love an in-home presentation. So that part is really, really cool. Let's see, Dolores. So for the SolarScan, you just need the first. So it's first name, last name, and full address. That's correct. And if you can break it down, what really helps is making sure they're all in their own field. So I'm going ahead and putting that out there. I mean, if it's too much and you guys don't have it, we can break it out if it's not in separate fields, but it's basically a total of 5 different fields. First name in a column, last name in a column, address in a column, city in a column, state in a column, and zip in a column. So technically, what is that, 6 in there for you guys? And if it's first name, last name, and everything in one column, we can do that for you if it's what that is. But guys, I'll be honest with you. Take advantage of this right now, because what we're going to end up charging to cover our costs for these appointment setters calling your leads, you know, it's probably going to eat $500-600 into your commission on every deal for doing that. So take advantage of this right now, because that will not last. We're basically letting all of our early adopters in on that, just paying that ourselves out of our own pocket for you guys. So take advantage of this, because if you write me in July, hey, Brian, can we do that appointment setter thing? No, I gave you guys the option right now. Take that out. We're going to do that. And what we just want to do is get as many leads for these guys to call as possible. And we're just going to eat that for the first 30 days. So we're going to run that all the way through July 4th. So anybody that gets me those lists by then, we'll get all those run. And I'm telling you guys, mark my words, the solar inspection thing that we're going to be doing in the escrows, we'll actually show you a copy of it next week. I showed you kind of what the beta looks like right now. It's going to be game changing, guys. It's going to be game changing. I mean, it's literally on every single escrow that you open, an ability to offer a free solar inspection. That's something that's of value to the client, because even if a client, if they're buying a house that doesn't have solar, trust me, what's going to happen is as soon as they close, they're going to get a door knocker who's incentivized by putting them in a program that has a prepayment penalty so they can maximize their commission. Then that client, if you're a loan officer, is going to get put with the finance company that also owns a mortgage company that's going to solicit them. So not only is it putting money in your pocket, but it's also keeping those clients in your database and being that trusted source for you guys on that. So, and then also too, if you guys have specific flyer requests, you can always email those. You can email them to marketing@soarenergy.com. Hey, Brian, I'd really like a flyer like this, but try to give me some specifics on it. A couple of you guys have thinking, hey, Brian, I want a flyer to tell my clients about solar. Well, we have a ton of those in our marketing box. Like, give me a little bit more information of exactly what you want, and we're happy to create that. It usually just takes a couple of days for our graphic designer to do it. So hope you guys.
There's a lot of new people on here too. Maybe go through the solar so they can see where to get their flyers.
Yep. So I'll show this for you guys real quick, and it's really easy to be able to use. So believe it or not, the solar industry, nobody had a marketing portal. There's not even flyers that existed. So we built all this out proprietary tech. So what'll happen is you will be sent a login for this when you go through onboarding. It's just, the website is marketing.soarenergy.com. And in that, what it'll do is you'll log in here. Let me just move this bar for you guys. And you'll log in here. And what you'll be able to go ahead and see is all of your different items. So it gives you a Solar 101 brochure. So you're like, oh, I really want that. You literally just click create design. And when you open up this account, it's going to immediately ask you to enter in your information and upload a headshot. And what it's going to do is it's going to insert your headshot and any of your information directly in here for you guys. And then what it's going to do, if it's going to put this up right here, then what you guys can easily do is you can change anything else you guys want. So if you're one of the people that has your own website, you know, Shelby's is solarwithshelby.com or, you know, whatever, you can enter that in. It's just super easy text. So it's not hard to do. We put all that stuff in here for you. Any of a text that you guys want to change, you guys can easily change it and do whatever you want. And it puts all of your information here on the bottom. Not only does it do that for brochures, it also does that for all types of flyers. So you guys can see on here, it's got your business cards in here. You can download your business cards. You can order business cards. It's got email newsletter templates. If you want to send an email out to all of your clients, it gives you a template in here that you guys can literally just copy and paste. You have email signatures in here that automatically gets done. You just literally click create design, and what it's going to do is it's going to pull up for you, and then you can literally just move your head around. You can change your information right there. It's super easy. It's like a very easy version of Canva for all of you guys. And then you click on flyers. It has all of these flyers in here for you guys, and it's fully editable. So you can come on here and be like, oh, I want this one. Okay, this one's in Florida. I want to do it in Arizona. Okay, just click on Arizona. It says the same stuff on it for you guys. And then what I recommend doing is delete this QR code. Or if you have your own website you want them going to, if you click on that QR code, you can tell them where you want to go to the website. So all I did was click on this, and I could just come up here and just type in www.solarwithshelby.com, click update code, boom. It's going to update the code. And now anytime that somebody scans that QR code, it's going to take them right there. So super. And if you don't want it, you just literally can come in here and click delete, and it removes it. So everything is in here. I mean, there's dozens and dozens of ones that I'm usually adding about 5 to 7 every single week on here. The other thing is too, is if you want any of our logos, all this stuff is all in here. If you want Zoom backgrounds, the Zoom backgrounds are in here. You want social media flyers, they're all in here as well. Or if there's anything you want, just email marketing@soarenergy.com and we'll get this done for you guys. So like I said, we don't really have any competitors in the space, but what I will tell you is the competitors that are trying to do this don't do any of this. They don't do any done for you marketing. They don't do any solar scrubbing. They don't do anything. They say, hey, send us a referral with your client. We don't know what client it's going to go to. We're a broker, so we're going to broker it to the cheapest installation company. And here's a $1,500 referral fee. That's it. Call it a day. Like, we are truly building a $1 billion brand. We are truly doing this one step at a time. And we want your guys' ideas collaboratively. If you think of something great, please share us that ideas. And any of you guys that don't have, any of the shirts, for you guys, if you guys don't have shirts like either a Soar Energy t-shirt or a Soar Energy polo like Shelby's wearing, go ahead, just send me an email, brian@soarenergy.com, and I'll get one out. We just got a whole shipment in yesterday on it. And I'll show you one last thing before I let you guys sign off. And then every single client that closes, we have a closing gift that comes from you and I to them, and they're super rad. They are solar chargers for your phone. So those battery packs, these aren't cheap either. These are about $70 a piece. And what we did is they're actually solar panels here. So when people are at the river, they're camping, whatever they want, they put this out, it charges it. You literally just get a plug in your phone right here onto the little thing, and it charges your phone like a battery pack. So super, super rad. We're sending those out to every one of our clients, and we're also going to be sending them a hat too. And all the stuff we're doing for branding is rad. It doesn't, with the Soar logo, it's not like it says solar on it. So they're super rad hats and stuff too. So that's everything I got for you guys there. I hope you guys saw some value. Let me see if there's anything else in here. Yes, for lead pops for your own stuff. Yes. And then Dolores, just so you know, Lead Pops has gone ahead and rebranded everything. That goes live tomorrow. So Nick over at Lead Pops, you can just email Nick at Lead Pops. He'll have an update for you on that. And so anybody that wants one of those websites, what she's kind of talking about is they're co-branded websites. I'll show you what the old ones looked like. And so what you guys can do, it's only $99 a month. We don't make any money. You pay Lead Pops directly, and it's your own website form. So these were the old branding ones. You can see it here. It's a picture of, Shelby and Tarek on this one, has all of his own information on this one. So these are all being rebranded in the new colors. So if you guys want one of those, all you need to do is go ahead and I'll drop the link for you guys to complete that here in the chat box. And you could do that. And to answer your question, Heather, the QR code would go directly to our website. So I would remove that QR code unless you have one of your own websites like I just went to, and then you just click on the QR code and change the where it gets going through. Let's see, I've looked for the logos and it's not there. You know what? They're in the brand asset section. But what I'll do here is I'm going to drop all of our logos for you guys directly in here right now. There you guys go. And I'm going to put this in here. So you guys will basically be able to have all of any of the logos that you guys want. I'm going to drop all of those right here into the chat. So you guys can have all of the logos right in here as well. And you guys will have all 5 of the logo variations directly in there. So I just dropped them all into the chat for you guys as well on that. And then also too, some of the graphics as well. If you guys want to use that, I put those in there as well. So let's see if there's any more questions. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Building up my Go Huddle level with them right now. Love it. Yep. And then and then too, Chris Gordon, what we're actually going to do, Chris, send me a message. We actually are having entire Go High level built out right now on our own. So we can copy our campaigns over for you if you want on that. And then any of the retargeting. So part of the direct mail campaign, Chris, which will be great for you, of those 3 direct mail marketing pieces. And then the other component that goes with that, there's a company out there and it's called El Toro. And what's super rad about El Toro is the only company in the world that does this. Their claim to fame is they can actually display ads to the White House. So they're actually used for traditionally only political campaigns. And what it is, so say we direct mail a client 3 times, what they can actually do is they can get that IP address and display ads. So we're going to display ads of like Tarek ads, or if you want to display yours and Tarek, we can hook you up with that. If you email me individually, and then what it'll do is it'll display those ads directly to the IP address for anybody into that home with whatever call to action you want is. And El Toro actually does that. And so that's part of that whole done for you marketing suite. So anybody that has the larger database sizes of 500 clients or more, that'll be some of the stuff we'll be able to do. And everything that we're doing on the direct mail piece and all that stuff, none of that are we upcharging any of it for it. So right now we're going to call your clients for free, solar scrub them for free, all of that. Direct mail, you'll just pay either out of your commission or you can pay up front for that direct mail piece. It'll be about $4 to $5 per house. So that's 3 handwritten letters with postal. And then you can just pay that. We're not doing anything to make any upsells on it. So there's lots of stuff coming down the pipeline there for you guys. So let's see, Jacob, I'd like to create a video for my social media with the solar panels. Where are you located? In South Florida. Jacobo, I believe that's your name. If you want to unmute yourself and ask the question, I want to make sure I'm answering it clarity. If you just want to raise your hand, I'll unmute you, brother. You can chat.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, as I said, I'm in South Florida right now, so I would like to create. I have seen that making videos are have more impact when you do videos. So I want to double check if you have like a warehouse or something like that I can say like I'm here in Soar warehouses, yes, and I want to show you guys how this works, so I can bring to all my old clients.
Yep. And so one of the things is in Florida, we only do central and northern Florida. The reason why we don't do Miami and Fort Lauderdale right now is because 1, their energy rates are super cheap, and 2, Miami right now and that whole area is going through. So to give you an idea, when you install solar, a normal solar system goes like this. You build out, you design the system, you go through all the city permitting, which takes a couple weeks. Then you get it installed, which takes a day. Then they do an inspection right after it's installed by the city. It can take a week to 2 weeks after it's installed. Once the city signs off on it, it goes to the utility company, gets in line, and the utility company then comes out and turns on and activates the system. It could take about a month or so to do that, 2 months, depending on the area. Well, one of the problems with South Florida, which is why solar isn't booming yet out there, is South Florida requires 5 inspections rather than 1. So what happens is they require an inspection pre-solar. Once the racks go on, inspection. Once the breakers are updated, inspection. Once the panels get put on, an inspection. Once the system gets turned on, an inspection. So it's a nightmare and they take a long time. So we'll be expanding into South Florida probably beginning of next year. But the reason why we pretty much go Sarasota, Naples, and up is because of that. So if we do all of the Central Florida, so if you have a lot of stuff in the Central Florida or Sarasota, Naples, and up, 100% do those videos. If you're only South Florida, really wouldn't be doing that until we actually open up down there, which we're hoping that they're going to change the legislation down there, because it's an effing nightmare for a client to get solar in South Florida right now because of how horrible the what's called AHJs, or authorities having jurisdiction, are, requiring those 5 inspection points rather than just that 1.
No, I'm also in Naples area, so Naples
cool.
area is gonna be
Yep.
working.
So
That's
our warehouse, yeah. So our warehouse there, the one that they do is Lakeland, and they're opening up another one in Jacksonville. So Lakeland is where the warehouse is up there, and then they're opening up another one in Jacksonville, in Tampa. So those are the areas that they actually have like the warehouses to be able to go ahead and to utilize that. What we could also potentially do is when we are doing an install at one of our homes in there in like that area of, we can go ahead, and if you email me, I can let you know when we're doing an install at somebody's house, and you could always go and, make a video at that point. That'd probably be the better way to do it. Just because warehouses aren't pretty. It's fine. You could do it. You can see the solar panels there, but it'd probably be much better to do it on an actual installation. Cool. I hope that answered that. Perfect. Is there a video script or existing videos customized? Yes. There's a ton of video scripts. I did a bunch of them. You can also go and see a lot of our, I'm going to drop two, I'm going to drop so I just dropped our Instagram name in here, and then I'm also going to do one. Peter Galvez has done an unbelievable job of creating videos. He's actually our top sales guy. And I'll put his Instagram handle is in there. And it's at Galvez. Let's see, is it Galvez Loans? So I'm going to put him in here. He has done about 7 or 8 really good videos in there. And then what I'll also do in here as well is let me go in and I'm going to put these scripts in here, and I'll drop all the video scripts. We've made them for them because we had Tom Daves and a bunch of other people do it. So I'm going to drop these scripts in here into this. Here you go. And the scripts are now dropped into the, dropped into the chat here. So give me one sec. And I'll put these in here. And if you guys ever have questions about different marketing materials or different things in that nature, all you guys have to do is you can just email marketing at Soar Energy, or you can just email me directly, and then I can go ahead and give you guys those and respond back to them as well. So let's see here. This should work. Cool. The video scripts I just dropped in the chat too in a Word doc form. So you can have those ones in there as well. So you guys can kind of go in there and play with that. So if there's anything else you need. So love the engagement and stuff in here on those guys. And like I said, just remember, I'll leave once we get off here. I will go ahead and leave the chat up for a minute so you guys can grab that stuff. All you have to do is email me your CSV file. We'll get it run. It takes, give it a couple days to go ahead and do it, just so we have so many. I think we got 100,000 records already this week of people sending it in. So it will take takes a little bit of time per record, but we'll definitely get that back to you. And then when we send that back to you, you can let us know if you want our ISAs to call your team. And then anybody that we have the ISA appointment setters will also be offering that direct mail piece too. And then also too, please guys, anybody that is a realtor or a loan officer, send your escrow opening templates to us. Just email it to us, Brian at Soar Energy or marketing at Soar Energy. I will then send that back, that templated, cleaned up with the solar inspection piece that you can just forward that on directly to your clients. And it's just going to be gangbusters for you guys. So I really appreciate you guys' time. Like I said, they'll be every single Tuesday at 11 a.m. And I can't be more fired up. You guys I couldn't believe it's been a year, and to think that we're already going to be in the Wall Street Journal. We've already landed some of the largest partnerships in the country. And it was really a testament to the platform and the people that we have as our team that, it was a unanimous decision at EXP. We were the youngest company and we were competing against 10, got down to 3, and it was a unanimous decision for us. So that's just the first of many, many partnerships that we're going to be announcing, and we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. So just thank you guys so much for everything. And we're super excited. If you don't have solar on your house, guys, watch for the email to come out this week, or you can always just send me an email directly and we'll get all that stuff taken care of, guys. And I hope you guys all have a fantastic week.